Hey, it's Body Bilby,
Resident Gomez,
and Spiffy Mario
for our review of Super Mario Strikers on the Nintendo GameCube. Alright, starting off, we're going to talk about the good aspects.
Well, there's a lot of multiplayer action, and especially when me and Spiffy over here get into it. Hey! Moving on, there's also a great deal of captains to choose from in the game. Total of 9, actually.
And there's a lot of replayability here, like not only with the multiplayer, but you also have the tournaments to go back to, and with all the unlockables in the game.
Another good thing about the game is that it's fairly easy to play. Most people can just come up and start playing it. Cool thing about this game is you can ram people into these electric fences, and you get to hear them cry and whatnot, and they make really funny noises, which is good to hear. And then you can do bikes just like that, and it looks really cool. You dunk on them, you know.
Alright. And speaking of the unlockable things, there's different awards, like the paramedic award that you see, where you get it for getting a certain amount of hits in the game, knocking people around and stuff. Yeah, it's the good stuff.
Now, moving on to the bad aspects of the game. You can't play as Bowser, which is kind of like a big turnout.
Pisses me off.
And you only get four partners to choose from. You know, Toad, Birdo, Hammer Bros, and Koopa. And there's a lot more characters in the Mario universe that they could have put in, but
like Dry Bones, Boo, Monty Mole.
Also, Super Strikes can be really cheap. Like, you get 2 goals for each one that you score. And pretty much, sometimes all it becomes is a Super Strike fest, seeing who can get the most Super Strikes. And
there's a lot of goals in the game that you can score from random areas, and they don't really make sense. It's like, there's certain goals that you can score. The goalie should easily see it coming, and they don't, and it's really retarded. And back to the 9 team captains you can choose from. The 9th team, which is an unlockable, is just a bunch of robots. Where the hell do robots come into Mario? Oh my god.
And the fact that the crowds aren't 3D is just kind of annoying, especially when the camera zooms in on the crowd sometimes after you score. It makes no sense.
But the best thing is when Waluigi scores and he starts doing random weird things that's really funny. Wah, wah, wah!
But regardless of all the bad aspects of the game, it's a whole lot of fun, and you can get a lot out of this game. Like, you'll keep coming back to the multiplayer because it's just that fun. And the fact that you can go through your tournaments with 2 people, or 4 people if you want, is just a really good aspect of the game.
And there's different challenge levels in the game too, like easy, medium, hard. Every game's got it, but this one actually, it works. It does make it harder. Almost impossible to beat.
And most of the AI is pretty good for the most part, you know, including especially the goalie, except for a couple times. Otherwise, they did a pretty good job. And I'd just like to point out that this game is a lot easier to play instead of like other soccer games like FIFA. Like, if you were to put this game up to FIFA and ask a random person to play it, they'd probably play this instead, because this is just a lot of fun.
Another thing that I didn't like about the game was the Bowser attacks. You'd be passing the ball around, working the ball around nicely, and then all of a sudden Bowser comes down and is like,
Despite everything bad that we said about the game, the good aspects cover it up and completely erase everything we said.
So, we're going to give this game 4.5 bikes out of 5.